Greetings, dear ones. I am Cryon of Magnetic Service. There are some who are crying out, seemingly in the dark. They're light workers, they're old souls. Say, how can I keep a high vibration when the world is so dark? How can I keep a high vibration when the world is so dark? This is very similar to a question that we answered some weeks ago, when the question was, how can I retain hope in a world that is dark? The answer is slightly different, but it truly remains the same metaphor that we have used over and over, and the information that we have about this time. I cannot say it enough to you, dear ones, but I can put it in different parameters, perhaps, or different metaphors for you to see it more clearly. The first thing I would say is, who are you really? Who do you think you are? What is your soul blueprint? And how does that affect you? I'm assuming those who watch this are awakened enough to know you're not here on this planet to suffer. I'm assuming that the people who watch this, those sweet souls, the old souls who are tuned in right now, know who they are. And they're struggling between knowing who they are and holding a high vibration in a world that seemingly has a low one, that is very dark. I go to that metaphor yet again that reminds you of something that you may not have been told. When you arrive on this planet, all of you, especially the old soul, has been through the school of past lives, who has a much more mature idea of why they're here and the light in general that is being spread on this planet. I'm talking to you. What is it you've been told of who you are? So I will remind you, you come into this planet absolutely complete. And what I mean by that is there is ascension attributes in you right now. They're all there. In you right now is the ability of mastery. You come in with this. So the next question will say, well, where is it? The attributes of the devolution of consciousness on this planet has covered it up with low consciousness that you were born into. You assume the same level of consciousness that humanity does when you come into the planet and live a few years. You're right there with them. No matter how evolved you are, dear ones, when you arrive, quite often you are reduced to the consciousness of the rest of humanity. And you live your life that way. So let me get this straight, Cryon. You're telling me that we already have it? Yes, you do. You really do. You're not waiting for a gift from God. Now, you've all been taught you are. In fact, the consensus on the planet, if you follow spiritual systems, is that you were born dirty. You are not worthy, and you can't do anything without help, especially spiritually. There are so many systems that tell you cannot contact God directly. You have to go through somebody else, and then be careful because you may have too much darkness within you called sin to be heard. So that has to be taken care of first. How can you get ahead when you have that kind of programming from the beginning? So let's change the program. Let's reframe everything with truth. Here is the truth. You have God inside. You do. You are a creature of the Creator, known by the Creator, loved by the Creator, and you've been born magnificent. Inside you are all the attributes of ascension and truth and light that the Masters had. It's all being covered right now by that which is the low consciousness of the planet. The struggle, therefore, is to get rid of what's covering it. to start peeling that onion that covers your majesty. What a visualization. And so that's the first thing we ask you to try or do. Every single day, every single morning. Dear Spirit, thank you that I have joy and I have peace. It's inside. Help me to strip away what doesn't belong in me in order to find that, to have that show. Dear Spirit, I'm grateful for these things. You can talk to yourselves or the cells in your body or even the angels around you in gratitude. Do you awaken in a safe place? Do you have things to eat? Many don't. Do you have the gratitude going for you as well? These are the attributes that create a peaceful, compassionate soul, you might say, on the planet. You already have this. But every time you get up in the morning, you would say that there is an energy which beats you up. It's an energy perhaps of frustration or worry or what is going to happen today or what's next. It is hard to find any kind of a high vibration when you have that. It truly is. And so you fall back on what you know works. What do you know about the energy of consciousness? And here's what I want to remind you. It has many names. But the thing that is the most significant is this one. What you think about has an energy of creation with it. What you think about, you bring to yourself. So often you can see this. It really shows with those who only think about negative things. Oh, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that, I think this will happen. And then you watch their lives, and it does. And you wonder, what is it that brings about all of these crazy negative things? What are you talking about lately? What do you confide in to your friends? Do you confide worry to them? Are you concerned about a situation? Let me tell you, you are a broadcasting tower of energy. And if you're going to raise that tower and hook up the power of energy of consciousness and then broadcast what you're worried about, guess what happens next? Here it comes. All the things that you have broadcast that you're worried about are lining up to be manifested. That's how powerful you are. This is true. Some call it the law of attraction. It really, truly is more than that. It's much more than that. It's the energy of the planet that listens to the old soul. It's really a neutral energy that is ready to manifest whatever that God self says. And that's you, that piece of God on the planet that starts broadcasting that which you believe is going to happen to you. What if you broadcast the opposite? I am magnificent, I attract good things. And you start saying that and you expect good things. Now, right away, you may have negative things attracted to you because it takes a while to change the energy around you, especially if you've been broadcasting negative things for some time. Now, there are old souls that say, wait a minute, that's not me. I don't broadcast things. I don't talk. I don't gossip. I don't do any of these things. I am of high vibration. Yeah, but what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? And then you'll go, well, I'm concerned. Yes, you are. I'm concerned that what's going to happen next might affect me on the planet. I'm concerned about this and that and this person and my family. Your broadcasting thoughts were almost as powerful as speaking it out loud. You're going to have to reframe your thinking. I see good things for my children, and even those I worried about in the past, I see resolution. Dear Spirit, I see good things happening in my life. Where I walk, there is light. What kind of affirmations and sayings can you make up for yourself that you can say on a regular basis? Because when your body starts to hear what you're saying, your consciousness starts to go with it. That's how you stay in a high vibration, no matter how dark the earth is. You stand above it, above the clouds, above the storm. You raise yourself far above that, and you look at the sun and say, I'm so glad I'm above these clouds, because I can see the sun. I know it is safe here where I am, because I am magnificent. Can you do that? And there will be those who say, don't I have to do some exercises, or perhaps there are some other things that are necessary? And the answer is no, it's you with you. Some find this difficult because they've never done it. And that's when I want to tell you these things are doable for everyone. And you don't have to ask permission. And remember, you're not praying for a gift. You're not asking God to give you something you don't already have. Again, it goes like this. Dear Spirit, help me to clear what doesn't belong in my magnificence and get rid of it. Slowly help me to polish the diamond that I am and show my light. And in the process, show me some of the habits perhaps that are negative so I can realize them and not do them anymore. That's how the individual stays above the fray. Not only do you deserve it, you have it. You are an engine of light. And if you're an old soul, you've been here many, many times. You know how to do this. You have a maturity of light. You know how this is done. Don't be fooled by the darkness that wants to pull you away from who you really are. Yes, the earth is going through a battle of dark and light. You are a light soldier. Don't let them define you as darkness or as anything but what you really are. Don't let the dark, you would say, consciousness of this planet invade that truth that you know. You can stand tall. Coming is super consciousness. You're almost like a superhero of consciousness on this planet at this moment in time. Believe me, you are here on purpose. I'm crying in love with you all. Blessed is the human being who finds God inside. There is nothing better. And so it is.